हेलो एवरीवन, अ वेरी वार्म वेलकम टू म्यूजिल आईएएस। मेरा नाम है मोहित कुमार चौहान। आज हम पढ़ेंगे क्लास 6 एनसीईआरटी हिस्ट्री का 4th चैप्टर, जिसका नाम है अर्लीस्ट सिटीज़। अभी तक हमने देखा अर्लीस्ट विलेजेस एंड अर्लीस्ट टाउन। आज हम पढ़ेंगे अर्लीस्ट सिटीज़ के बारे में। आर्कियोलॉजिस्ट हैव फाउंड द एविडेंसेस ऑफ अर्लीस्ट सिटीज़ अराउंड द रिवर इंडस एंड इट्स ट्रिब्यूटरीज। दैट्स वाई वी कॉल दिस इंडस वैली सिविलाइजेशन, विच इज़ ऑल्सो नोन एज हड़प्पन सिविलाइजेशन। क्योंकि यहाँ पे जो पहली सिटी मिली थी दैट इज़ हड़प्पा, विच वी विल टॉक अबाउट लेटर। IVC is not the only major civilization of this period. Egyptian civilization of Africa, Mesopotamian civilization and Chinese civilization of Asia were also contemporary to Indus Valley civilization. Let's see about Indus Valley civilization. Indus Valley civilization is situated around the river Indus and its tributaries, which is today in Indian subcontinent. Here there are many of the important cities. Some of them are Harappa, Chahanudaro, Lothal, Mohenjo-daro and Kalibangan. And one of the first cities which was founded here was Harappa. Let's first talk about Harappa. हड़प्पा की स्टोरी स्टार्ट होती है ऑलमोस्ट 150 ईयर्स अगो, ऑल्दो दिस सिटी was developed around 4700 years ago. We first found this city when the railway lines were laid down in Punjab. The engineers stumbled upon the sites of Harappa when they were developing the railway line. But accidentally they have carried out thousands of bricks from wall of all buildings and they destroyed them and used them in further building their railway line. And there were many buildings which were completely destroyed, which were built almost 4700 years ago. Not only Harappa, there were many special things about other cities also. Many of these cities were divided into two parts. There is one western part and there is one eastern part. Western part was also known as citadel. Western part was smaller and bit higher than the lower town. And the lower town was the eastern part, which is larger but at a lower levels. It is believed that the important people must have lived in the citadel and the other people must have lived in the lower town. The walls of baked bricks were built around the city. These bricks were so well made that they have lasted for the thousands of the year. And these bricks were laid in the interlocking pattern, which gives strength to their walls. Now let's see the special architectures which were present in different cities of Indus Valley civilization. First we see the fire altars which were found in Kalibangan and Lothal. The fire altars are like the place where we perform the sacrifices. Like today we see the Havan Kunds. Here the people have performed the sacrifices. These sacrifices may not be of animals or live beings. These sacrifices can be of grains or any other things which they have produced or gathered. Among the other special architectures, we have also found the storages. These storages are found in Harappa, Mohenjo-daro and Lothal. These are elaborate storehouse where the people of Indus Valley civilization have stored their grains or other important goods for their future use. These storages can be the buildings or granaries. Granaries must have been used for storing grains, cereals, pulses and other important produces. Among the special architectures, there is one of the most amazing finding, which is Great Bath. Great Bath is like today's swimming pool which we see in today's world. Great Bath was lined with bricks. It was coated with plaster so that it can be made watertight, and a layer of natural tar was also applied at the bottom part of the Great Bath. There were steps leading from both the sides of this Great Bath and the rooms were available on all the sides. The water in this Great Bath must have brought from the nearby wells and some other water sources. And what were the uses of this Great Bath, or at what times this Great Bath must have been used? The Great Bath was used by the important people to took a dip into the tank on special occasions. There was a canal-like structure attached to the Great Bath which were used to drain the water after the usage. Now we will see the features of the houses or features of the buildings in the cities. These features was found in almost all the cities of the Indus Valley civilization. First we will see the houses. The houses were either one story and sometimes these were two-story high. The rooms were built around the courtyard, or you can say there was a courtyard in center of the houses. There was a separate bathing area in the houses and some of the houses have their separate wells to supply the water. The cities had covered drains which were carefully laid out in the straight lines in the center of the streets. As we have seen, every house was connected to the drain and these drains have gentle slope so that water can easily flow through these drains. The drains of the houses, which were smaller, were connected to those on the streets which were of bigger size. The Harappan cities have provided the drains with the covers and they have also provided inspection holes at the intervals so that they can clean these drains. Now we will see what kind of life these people must have lived in these cities. These cities were very busy places as lots of economic activities were going on in these places. Rulers of these cities must have planned the construction of special buildings which we have seen earlier. They sent the people to distant places so that they can get metals and precious stones and other things to construct these buildings. And these rulers must have kept the valuables such as precious stones and other valuable objects with them so that they can use them in ornaments, gold, silver and beautiful beads for themselves. Other metals or goods must have been used for the construction of these buildings. The scribes were also found here. Who are the scribes? The scribes are the people who knew how to write and who know how to prepare the seals. These are the people who prepared the seals and wrote on other material which may have degraded over the period of time. Some of these people are craft person and these craft person are the one who make all the kind of things. Either they have made these things in their home or they must have worked in the workshops where they have been provided with the tools and other equipments to make the craft. Archaeologists have also found the terracotta toys which suggest that children must have played with these toys. And there was the emergence of new craft in the city also, as by this time the most of the things were made of stone, shells and metals. The kind of metals which were used here was copper, bronze, gold and silver. The copper and bronze was used to make tools, weapons, ornaments and vessels, and the precious materials like gold and silver were used to make ornaments, vessels, beads, weights and blades for the important people and the rulers. जैसे कि आप यहाँ देख सकते हैं, stone weights were precisely shaped. These were made of chert. Chert is a kind of stone and these weights were used to weigh precious stones and metals. Beads were also made during these times and these were made of carnelian. Carnelian is a beautiful red stone and stone was cut, shaped and polished and finally a hole was bored through these beads so that a string could be passed through them. And we have also found the stone blades of this time. We have seen the seals. These were prepared by the scribes and these seals were made of stone, mostly in rectangular shape, and much of the times there were animals carved on them. As you can see here, this is a picture of a unicorn which was considered an important animal during this time. The pots were now more refined with beautiful black design on them. We have also seen that earlier people have also made the pots, but during this time there was a usage of black design on these pots. As we have seen, the cotton was first grown in Mehergarh about 7000 years ago. At this time we have also found a piece of cloth which was attached to a silver vase and a copper object which was found at Mohenjo-daro. And we have also found the spindle wheels which were made of terracotta and faience. We will see what is faience in this lecture only. And these spindle wheels were used to spin the thread. which was later used to make the clothes. As we have seen, the archaeologists have found the terracotta toys, and there is one toy model of a plow which was found here. These plows were used for turning the soil and planting the seeds. The real plow were made of wood, which may have not survived over the period of time. We have only found a toy model. There were no evidence of heavy rain at these places, so irrigation must have been used, and for that purpose, water was stored and supplied to the field whenever required through the storages. Waters and pastures were also available around the settlements. As we were talking about craft and craft person, and some of these craft persons were specialists whose main work was to cut stone, polish them, make beads, and carving the seals. For example, this is a picture of a bearded priest, which must have been work of an expert craft person. And both women and men may have been the specialist. As we have seen, the spindle wheels were made of faience. So what is faience? Faience is an artificially produced gums which was used to shape sand and powdered quartz into an object. And these objects then later were glazed into a shiny and glassy surface. And the color of glaze was mostly blue and sea green. And these faience was used to make many of the things like beads, bangles, earrings, and tiny vessels. Now the one question must arise in your mind. As we have seen, there was lot of raw material was used for the preparation of these craft. So what were the sources of these raw materials? These raw materials were sometimes found naturally, which was produced by farmers or herders, and these were later processed to produce finished goods. Some of these materials were available locally, and many were brought from the distant places, as copper was brought from Oman and Gujarat, tin was brought from Iran and Afghanistan, gold was probably brought from Karnataka, and precious and semi-precious stone was brought from Iran, Afghanistan, and Gujarat. And these goods were carried from one place to another by the different mode of transports like ship and carts. And how do we know the ships were used during this period? We have found the seals where a picture of ship was carved, and archaeologists have also found the toy cart, which suggests that people must have been aware about the carts during this period, and people must have used these carts in the territorial region to take goods from one place to another. Now we will see two of the most important cities of Harappan civilization which were discovered in the present day Gujarat. The first city is Dholavira, which is located on the Khadirbet region in the Run of Kutch. This is the only city of Indus Valley civilization which was divided into three parts. The other cities were mostly divided into one or two parts. This city is also different from other cities in the context that large letters carved out of white stone were also found here, which was considered to be a signboard. You can see here, these are large letters which were found in Dholavira, and this is considered as the oldest signboard. Now let's see the Dholavira. The Dholavira was divided into many parts. First one was citadel, and adjoining this citadel there is a region which is known as Bailey, which must have been used by the important peoples. There is an area in the center of the city which is a ceremonial ground which must have been used by the people for the important events and the kings for their ceremonial activities. देखिए बाकी सिटीज़ तो सिर्फ दो पार्ट्स में डिवाइडेड थी, वन ऑफ द सिटाडेल एंड अदर इज़ लोअर टाउन, बट देर इज़ अ additional feature in Dholavira, that is, apart from lower town there is a middle town, and last part is lower town which was used by other peoples. Another important city which was found in today's Gujarat is Lothal, and one of the most interesting finding here is dockyard. The city of Lothal stood beside a tributary of Sabarmati in Gujarat. which is close to Gulf of Khambat. As you can see, here is Gulf of Khambat. The Lothal was known for its raw material, as a lot of raw material was traded through this city and the precious and semi-precious stones were easily available here. It was an important center for making objects out of stone, shells and metals. Let's see the Lothal. Lothal is a place where the earliest man-made dockyard was found, and here the goods were probably loaded and unloaded. The dockyard is a huge tank where the boat and ships came from the sea, and this dockyard was connected through the river channel. And there is a elaborate storehouse which was present in the city, and many seals and ceilings were found in the storehouse. And this workshop was used for making beads, piece of stone, many half-made beads and tools for making beads, and other finished beads have also been found here. One of the biggest mysteries attached to the Indus Valley civilization was how these cities, which were flourishing during that time and which was civilized and well constructed at that time, have ended. Archaeologists have found that almost 3900 years ago, these cities have started declining and they came to an end. पर इस चीज़ पर आर्कियोलॉजिस्ट के पास कोई कंस्ट्रक्टिव एविडेंस नहीं है दैट वाई द पीपल हैव स्टॉप्ड लिविंग इन दीज प्लेसेस. The writings, seals, and weights were no longer used in the Indus Valley civilization, and the raw material, which was earlier brought from distant places, were now become rare. And there is a special case in Mohenjo-daro where the garbage have piled up on the streets, the drainage system was broke down, and the new and less impressive houses were built, and some of the houses were built even over the streets, which were not the case earlier. So, what were the different reasons, or what were the reasons for the declining of the cities? There were reasons which were suggested by different scholars, and they all have their different opinions. Some scholars suggest that the rivers must have dried up. Some scholars suggest that deforestation may be the reason, as the wood was used for baking bricks, smelting copper, and many other purposes like cooking food and for carrying their day-to-day activities. Grazing by large herds of cattle, sheep may also be the reason for deforestation. Some of the scholars have suggested that flooding may be the reason, but it may be the case only in some areas. And some scholars have made opinion that the rulers must have lost control over their people. But none of these reasons can explain the end of all the cities during the same period. और जब ये cities ख़त्म हुए तो ऐसा नहीं था कि everyone have died. There were evidences that people who were living in Sindh and West Punjab, which is present day Pakistan, have abandoned these places and may have moved into the newer places and smaller settlements to the east near the Ganga plains or towards the south or Deccan region. And we will see that the new cities were emerged about 1400 years later in the areas of Ganga plains, which we will see in our coming lectures. तो आज के लिए बस इतना ही. हम आगे अपनी पढ़ाई को इसी तरीके से कंटिन्यू रखेंगे और जानते रहेंगे हिस्ट्री के इंटरेस्टिंग फैक्ट्स. आप अपने सजेशंस प्लीज़ कमेंट सेक्शन में लिख के बताइए. थैंक यू सो मच फॉर चूजिंग म्यूजिल IAS एंड हैव अ ग्रेट डे.